We are coming to you live from lovely whoopwu studios here in Luzhou, Sichuan, China. It's a nice sunny afternoon. I've been away for a little bit, so that's why I forget how this goes. But I do know what comes next is How's Your Uncle? So I just came back from a trip to America, as I predicted in our previous episode. The episode where I announced that I'm going to America still isn't up yet, so that's neither here nor there for scheduling for you. Just know that I've traveled the world.
There and back again.
There and back again. Yeah, it's a long flight. And the jet lag is horrible. I'm still a little loopy a couple days after landing back in China. But it was a good trip. I saw all my family, or many people from my family. I have a big family. The basil plant didn't die. Peter kept watering it like I asked him to. Peter did not come with me to America.
Pointed out right at the bottom now.
It's over here.
Yeah.
That's basil. I've been pulling leaves from it, so now we have a nice collection of leaves in the refrigerator to use. Maybe I'll make a pesto and tell you all about that. I did lose my Rubik's Cube somewhere in my mom's house, but I can buy a new one. My current speed...
Which we haven't even gotten to that video yet.
We haven't even gotten to that. But my current speed is 1 minute and 20 seconds I can solve it in. That was my personal fastest. Which is fast for me. Not fast compared to people who really do it, but I don't care.
People who are personally fast.
Yeah. I am not fast. But yeah, I don't know. That's how I am.
Sweet.
Crazy. Which I feel like our business is more interesting. Is that not enough? How's your uncle?
Yeah, if there was nothing interesting that happened in America.
I don't know. I already told you about it. That's the problem. I already told Peter all my stories. I have no stories for the podcast. America's America. It's nice, sunny.
Was it weird? Was it?
I mean, yeah, it's weird. It's weird that now, because 8 years in China, like, that's what's familiar to me. But then, like, when I go home to New York, that's where I grew up. So all that is also familiar to me. And so I have, like, two spots competing for the home variable. But yeah, I don't know.
It was weird in ways you can't really...
Yeah, it's just like experientially weird.
Because we keep in touch with the news, and a lot of the news is based out of New York news.
Yeah, I guess that's where, like, seeing how the news reflected reality was.
Yeah, we have like a weird magnification of what's going on and what we think is going on and what we're told on Facebook is going on.
Everybody is angry and has a gun. That's true.
Yeah. From a distance, that's kind of easy to look at in like a cartoon light that...
Yeah.
Like, boy, isn't that funny? Like, it looks like everyone has a gun. Oh, do they really, though?
Yeah. I mean, this is not the centerpiece of my trip, but it was, like, there were 2 major shootings while I was there.
Yeah.
Which is
which is funny that, like, because also we have Hong Kong going on here, that my parents are going like, boy, is Emily okay? Did she make it through? And I'm like,
yeah, I didn't even go near there.
Yeah, you just had shootings over there. Are you guys okay?
Yeah. There's bad news all over the globe. But, I mean, on a personal level, everybody asks me, like, what do they think of us over there? And that, like, the average person, I don't think, cares about tariffs. And they definitely don't blame me for them. So, like, everybody here in China is nice to me. That's what I told people who asked. And, like, I don't know. I don't read the Chinese news because I don't read Chinese, but also because, you know, it's heavily edited. So as to be useless almost. But, like...
What we do know is...
I have a job and I can afford groceries, so that's how the tariff has affected me. The only way the tariff has affected me is that when I try to mail clothing, it gets rejected and sent back. Which, on that note, so ages and ages ago, we started the underwear update. We have another final underwear update after hearing on every podcast that we listen to a commercial for MeUndies. We finally ordered some MeUndies, which got sent to China and then rejected. So then I had them send it to New York while I was there, and then we got our MeUndies. And they are, like, incredibly soft. They really do feel like you're not wearing underwear.
So you heard it now, MeUndies. Start sending.
Yeah.
This is a podcast. You're MeUndies. You have to do it.
We'll take your money.
We took it all the way to China to start advertising.
Yeah. And Rocio, the customer service lady who helped me, was very helpful. I gave her a 5-star rating. And then they gave me an option, because I always, with customer service, especially if they were helpful, I always like, do you want to do the free survey after? Because I figure, like, good feedback is probably, like, good for them. I think if you work service jobs, those surveys are actually really important. But so I took the survey and I gave her 5 stars and I said she was helpful. And then it gave me an option like, if we reward Rocio, what do you think she should get? And it gave like a gift card, a coffee, or I don't know, some other kind of treat. But that was like so weird. Like,
so an actual service person you can give a gift to, or
I guess it accumulates points towards like, if enough people say she did a good job and want to give her a coffee, she gets a coffee. Which then, like, the guilty part of me is like, well, is she close to getting one? And if I pick the wrong one, does she still not get the thing? Like, she's 1 point away from a coffee, but I picked a cake. But I don't know.
Well, because I was listening to a podcast, I don't even remember what it was the other day, that somebody was saying that, like, if the podcaster himself was saying that, like, if you want to support, or if you just want to, like, help buy a coffee for me, like, I wonder if he was referring to some kind of program with...
Yeah, I guess. I mean, from what I gather...
I thought that was just kind of like a cute little arbitrary thing, but maybe there's
I think, like, the Uberification of service in America has, like, made everybody that episode of Black Mirror where, like, you give each other ratings all the time. And I don't know if maybe Uber does that too, of like, give them a coffee. But then so it is like we're all little hamsters pushing buttons for treats or something. I don't know. That made this depressing too.
Or hopeful. If somebody's sending us underwear and coffees.
But I don't want that power. I just want her employers to pay her a living salary, and I'll pay a fair price for their goods, and their well-being shouldn't be on me.
Whether she gets caffeinated.
That's too much pressure. I have feelings about capitalism since being in America, I guess.
You have Black Mirrored yourself out.
Yeah. But so that's how your uncle is. Paranoid and twitchy.